Hi guys, I wanted to talk to you about remote learning, and I figured it would be easier since I'm going to give the same talk to all of my hours to just make a screencastify where I explain some of this to you guys so that I can then only say it once instead of 5 times. I have some tips for you for remote learning. A lot of these came from Miss Brinklow. She made this document and I thought it was smart, so I wanted to share it. But hopefully these are going to help you be successful during remote learning. I know that it could be scary for some of you. For some of you, you're really excited for it. Wherever you're at is fine. But I want us to be successful. And to be frank with you, I have heard of a lot of schools that are struggling with it and a lot of students that are struggling with it because motivation is low. And so I think sharing some of these things with you could be helpful. So first thing, this is what I have been doing and it's helped me a lot. Some classes end early. Sometimes you're busy doing one thing and then you forget to get on a Zoom. I've been setting timers on my phone. So at the beginning of the day at like 7, I'll sit down on my phone and I will set a timer for the beginning of the Zoom or like maybe 5 minutes before each Zoom so that I'm not late. When you do sign in, I need you to have cameras on. And then the biggest thing that's been a struggle for me is I have some students who will do that with their camera so that I see their fan. I can't have that. I really need to see your face. So please help me with that at the beginning of class. Tip number 2, trying to get ready like you would in the morning. Try to eat breakfast before you start. Try to put on normal clothes. I know that you might be like, why? That doesn't make any sense. I'm at home. But it really does kind of make you feel like you're ready for the day, and hopefully it'll motivate you a little bit. So I would try that. 3, this is a big one, the workspace area. I know that some of you want to work from your bed and it's comfortable and it's relaxing. But if that's where you typically relax, it's going to be really hard for you to gain motivation there. You want to choose a space that doesn't feel like your relaxation zone. So for me, I have a space downstairs or I have a desk right here where I'm sitting in my room. If I try to work on the couch, oftentimes I zone out and I just don't feel like working. So I really encourage you to try to find a space that feels a little bit less relaxing for you. And I know that sounds odd, but I think it'll help you stay motivated. And when you're finally done for the day, you can unplug and go to where you relax and it won't feel like you've been in the same spot all day. Something I do, and this kind of helps me downstairs because I have a taller desk, but alternating between standing and sitting. If I'm feeling really tired, especially in first hour, I will sometimes stand during first hour. I'm used to at school being able to stand whenever I want. And so that's something that's helped me stay a little focused or switch things up. 4, setting goals for yourself. Again, it's really easy to be unmotivated and not really care and just get yourself off task. I want you to try to set a goal for every single day. So if you're feeling kind of like you have a lot of energy one day, maybe your goal is that you're going to volunteer to talk in a class. Us teachers really, 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 really appreciate you guys on Zoom when you're talking because it feels so weird already. So that could be a goal. Another goal could be like, I'm really going to actively listen today because it's hard to stay focused. So actively saying, I will do this, challenging yourself, making a goal, I think that's going to be helpful. Limiting distractions is going to be very helpful for you. So I don't have TV on in the background. I don't have music on in the background. My phone is by me, I will tell you that, but I keep it only so that I can see if you guys message me. If your phone is a distraction for you, I know personally when I work at school and I have my prep hour, it's like a full hour and a half that I have to work. If my phone's next to me, I get like a third of what I need to get done. If I go put it over by my bag, a couple steps away where I have to get up and go look at it, I don't touch it as much and I get things done. And I know it's a temptation to be like, I want it. I get bored. These teachers are like ruining my life. I'm so bored. But if you can put it away, you're going to get more done in a quicker amount of time and then you'll have time to do whatever you want at the end of the day. So really try to limit distractions. If you can do anything on paper, I suggest that. Zoom is a lot all day. You're going to get a lot of just Zoom. There's a term for it. I can't think. My brain is mush. Where you just kind of get sick of being on Zoom or looking at a screen. That's why with reading time, I really want you guys to just be reading your book and not looking at the screen for a little bit to give yourself a break. If you could take notes on paper like we do for grammar, that's really helpful, but try to limit your screen time when you can, if you can. Number 7, try to list any questions you have. So if we're going through a lesson, I know it feels weird to interrupt me, which I'm telling you, I really don't feel weird if you're like, hey, Ms. Spitzer, I have a question. Don't worry about interrupting me. But if you don't want to interrupt, you could keep a little sheet of paper. So I have like notepads right by me that I write things down on when I'm in Zooms, or I have this right next to me, and you could list questions here. This is also a to-do list I have for every single day. So every day for remote learning, I'll make a to-do list, and the to-do list literally is first hour, third hour, fifth hour, second hour, fourth hour, sixth hour. Like, go to those classes because it feels good to cross those off. But then also I'll write down things like, I need to finish this email that I'm going to send out this week. I need to set my schedule for this. So having a notepad next to you to write down questions so you can ask me, or to list things you need to do, really helpful. Number 8, rewarding yourself in some way for focusing and productivity. I do this as well. Some of my rewards are like, I'll go get coffee, or I'm going to eat lunch now. I know these sound like things that we need to do. They are, but I try to see them as rewards. Like, you got this done, now you can go do this. It really helps with productivity. So I would suggest thinking of some rewards that you can have. Maybe if you think you could handle it, you could do something like, okay, if I can make it through first and third hour at lunch, I get to watch my favorite episode of something as a reward. And then I think that's pretty much it. The very last thing I have for you is kind of like I said at the beginning of the video, whatever you feel, I'm here to support you. If you're happy about this, great. There are parts of it I'm happy about as well. If you're sad about it, I'm sorry, and I'm here to help you as much as I can. I feel that too. So wherever you're at, I promise to be here for you. Please don't feel like you can't reach out. You have me on Remind and on email. Just message me. It can be about anything. If you're like, I'm so confused about this assignment, I don't get it, tell me that. If you're like, Ms. Spitzer, I kind of feel like you could do this better and here's how I would do it, tell me that. That helps me. If you're like, I'm struggling today and it's not because of your class, it's not because of school, I'm just having a really, really rough day, I'm going to try to lift your spirits as best I can. So I want you to know that I'm here for you. I really love you guys. I appreciate you, and I want this to work out well. I'm going to have you take this survey again so I can just individualize and kind of see how you are doing. So please fill that out for me. But again, my concern is I've heard from a lot of educators that have been doing remote learning all year that just it's hard. And motivation in students is really, really low. Them getting to class on time, them setting up their camera, them asking questions, not being on their phone. These are things that are really hard for us to control. And I know it's my job and I'm not trying to complain, but we're only doing it because we want you to be successful and we want this to work for you. I want you to pass and I want you to do well and I want you to have a good semester. So do all you can for me during remote learning, not just for me, but for all your teachers, because I really do want you to be successful and I want this to work out. So let me know how I can help you, and I am there. All right, fill out this survey. That's the next thing I need you to do. Bye.